Welcome to the Digital How-To series. Today we're going to have a look at how you can use the audience section of Google Analytics to get some information about your users. The first view we're looking at here is the overview, which gives you top-line metrics across the whole website. Here you might get information such as the number of users, time spent on the website, the bounce rate, percentage new versus returning, but this is all kind of very high level and you might want to get a deeper level of segmentation. The first thing I want to show you is kind of changing the date range. That can be done quite easily by clicking on the drop down at the top and then just selecting the date range you want. And this thing gets applied to everything else within Analytics. I'm going to run you through a couple of different audience reports that might be of use. The ones we're going to have a look at are often kind of looked at as the most important. Naturally, there are quite a few more. Feel free to play around with those. You can't really break anything by playing around with the data itself. The first one I'm going to have a look at is our demographics reporting. This will give us information into what age and gender segments our users fall into. So you can see here that kind of 25 to 34-year-olds, largely male audience, and you can dive down into these at a deeper level if you need to. Related to this is audience interests. We can get an idea of what types of websites users browse to give us kind of an idea of targeting opportunities and exactly who our users are. There's three categories that we can have a look at here: affinity category, in-market segment, and then other category, each providing its own set of useful information about your audience. The next report we're having a look at is our location-based reporting, which gives us an indication of where users are located. There's a couple of different levels to this. So by default, it gives you a view at a country level. If we were to click into a specific country, it'll break down to specific regions. And then within a region, you can get down to a city level. So you can get quite granular in terms of where your users are located. You can use this quite nicely to segment data, see where people are purchasing from, etc. So quite a useful report there. The last one I want to have a look at is our mobile kind of breakdown. This one gives us a view of what devices your users are actually using to access your website. So by default, the mobile overview gives you a split between desktop, mobile, and tablet. You might want to kind of go into a deeper level and see specifically what mobile devices people are using, which is where the devices tab becomes quite useful. So clicking on that, you'll see that it kind of splits out the specific devices that people are using to come to your website. You can view this at a device-specific level, or you can click up here on mobile device branding, which will then kind of segment it into the larger brand categories. So Apple, Samsung, Google. That is everything I want to show you today. As mentioned, you can play around, have a look at the others. You can't break everything. And that's how you can use the Google Analytics audience section to get a much more useful segmentation of who your audience is.